little deeper of this journey of so-called the mantra meditation. All our actions are born from the mind. Pay attention. If I do not think, then I cannot act. Here is my good friend Barbara from New Jersey. So we'll talk later. Very good. So you see that all our actions are born from the mind, and the mind is born from the real self, and the real self, that real self is born from what? Born from the mantra, the word. And what is that word? We say Om. We have fairly understood what Om represents. Om represents our real self, which is all-pervading, which is all-knowing. So now can you relate it? Can you relate when I say in meditation the knowledge is revealed, knowledge of the reality is revealed in you. So it is already there inside. So now let us talk about, you have a valid experiences, practices, and the stories, real life stories. We normally say in our country, oh, it's a real life story. So there was a great master, it may interest Lara a little more. There was a great master known as Valmiki. So he, as a young boy, he was lost in the forest, and then his foster parents were hunters. He became a robber. He became a robber. Even, I believe Jerry also knows it, and those who are in yoga, they know it. So what happened? There was another master, Narada, who was perfect in this Om meditation, who approached him. And he said, nobody is going to take your sins. Nobody is going to take your sins. Better you start practicing mantra. And the mantra was Rama. Like Om. Now you see, you reverse these two syllables. What it becomes? Mara or Mara. So Mara is also a word in Pali in Buddhism. That means death, dead. And Rama means the one that permeates, that is all pervading, pure consciousness. Now see the word. Mara, Rama. Mara, Rama. Mara and Rama. And then what happened? He was a great seeker. He continued meditation on Rama, but he was uttering Mara, 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 Mara. So when you do it faster, it sounds like Rama, 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 Mara, 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 Mara. You see that? When you start with the Mara, Mara, it sounds like Rama. But Narada explained the meaning. Now see, what is very important that we have studied earlier, that this every mantra must be understood with its meaning. And in doing meditation on any japa, what is known as japa and mantra, mind must be focused on the meaning. If you are not focused on the meaning, then you don't get a result. He continued practicing at least for 5 or 6 years. So two things happened. All the violence in him, all the reaction in him. Sometimes we people say that, I can't stop reacting to the people. You are a great person, that's why you cannot stop reacting to the other people. But when you do this meditation, it will go away. But regular practice is required. Regular practice. So he continued for couple of years. So symbolically, it said that his body, you need not to force the body to be steady. His body became so steady for years, for weeks and months together. So symbolically, it is said that a white ant used to make their home on his body. So abode of white ant is known as Valmiki. That's why his name became Valmiki. But that is one part of it. He became the first original poet in Sanskrit and wrote a great book, Ramayana, that explains yoga and meditation in stories, almost around 3,000 years ago. So you see that what happens when you practice meditation, the knowledge is revealed. His verses, he wrote Ramayana, which contains, I think, 23 or 24,000 verses, 48,000 lines, an epic poet. Power of meditation. When especially now coming to Om meditation, there is another way. We have done one practice and we will be doing the second practice today. So what is this meditation? In one of the Upanishad, I remember, I will tell you the name of the Upanishad. It's not required also. We are doing practically. So according to that Upanishad, it says there are 4 levels of the sound. But this time the first level should be Om, Om. So you are doing it with awareness. Om, Om, Om. You recognize the space in between, and in the space between the 2 Om, there is no thought. So you are aware and alert. You are not doing quick, fast and loud, but you are doing Om, 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 Om. That is the first one. Second one, you do the whispering. Om has to be done whispering. So when you do whisper Om, that means Upanshu. So one is known as Vaikhari in the same way, and the second one is known as Upanshu. Now see that a little more explanation, and in a very simple. When I say Om, Om, tongue, one sense organ, body, that is also employed. Listening is also there. The ear is also engaged. Tongue is also engaged. And the mind is engaged in the meaning inside the forehead. But in whispering, it is to be done with a long breath. My master used to speak. Later on, I realized with that whispering Om, you see the vibrations all around your face and inside the forehead. So you have to whisper Om in that way. That helps the mind to withdraw inside. So that is the second way. What we have done last week, that is totally different, and here it is totally different. Upansu. Then the third one is the longer Om without the help of the breath in the body. You are totally, mentally you are doing Om. In the previous one, we were simply doing Om, Om, Om. So that becomes manasik. Jab manasik means mental. So first is Vaikhari, second is Upanshu, third is Mansik, and the fourth, now you are not doing the longer one. Fourth one, you are dropping Om into the space inside the forehead. Remember, if the mind is not withdrawn inside, the mind is not paying attention deep inside the forehead or any place inside the body, the benefit will not be there. It simply becomes habitual. It becomes habitual. And if it becomes habitual, then it will not bring any result. What happens? That is most important. So first, in the next sutra, the Patanjali says if you are doing a regular practice, especially all your diseases, he uses vyadhi. Vyadhi means physical and mental sicknesses will go away. And that is happening in a couple of people here. I could see that. Second thing, that it reveals the knowledge of the reality. So what are those obstacles? This disease is also known as obstacles. So Patanjali, later we will understand what are the 9 obstacles in meditation. If any one of that obstacle is present in your life, you cannot reach to the highest level. And once you understand those obstacles, you will find, yes, it poses a lot of challenges in our day-to-day life. Now let us understand a little bit about, I said this mantra should not become habitual. If you have a habit of drinking a cup of coffee, the mind in the morning subconsciously repeats coffee, 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 and ultimately you go to the kitchen and you grab a cup of coffee. So that is habitual. Is mantra meditation habitual? No. Understand that. Your mind says, oh, this guy is a crazy guy. So every time you see that guy or a picture, you hear the name. So name gets a meaning second, but first your reaction comes. I don't want to talk to that guy. I don't want to talk. No, he is a wonderful guy. You see the habit? You see the habit of the mind? It comes naturally. So what comes naturally, it is habitual. I have to bring about a change in that mindset. I heard that a peacock, I told you, in Upanishad class, Did you hear about the peacock? So one day the peacock came to one's house and he gave a little opium. So next day the peacock came back again for a want of the opium. That is the power of Om meditation. Once you understand it clearly, that this is how I have to do, and exactly when I chant the name of the Om, it has nothing to do with the religion. The way I say the name of Lara, is Lara IT expert? No. You see that? Knowledge, meaning, everything comes. Is Sam yoga expert? No. You see that instantly it comes to the mind. So can I become aware of that fact that we have learnt in few weeks before? Om is all pervading. It is pure consciousness. So I'm aware of the pure consciousness. I'm aware of that knowledge. deeper inside. So when that mantra is supported by Om, knowledge supports that practice, it brings the great result. And I told you also before that, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnumayeti Shabdita. O Goddess Durga, you are permeated, you are pervading as all power, consciousness everywhere. I told you that I used to do those long mantras. So only single seed, single syllable mantra, but regular practice has to be done. Regular practice with the wisdom, with clarity of understanding has to be done. Here in Arizona, one of my great friends sent an email, tell me which is the most powerful mantra. Which is the most powerful mantra? I said every mantra is powerful provided you are powerful. So when you are powerful, you become a seeker. Who becomes the seeker? Who understands what is real and what is unreal. He separates with reference to the Eastern wisdom. He has a dispassion. He or she is living in the state of the calmness, relaxation, and he is in the pursuit of his real self. So when you are that level of a seeker, you always succeed. So first, don't make a habit. Last time we did it quick, fast and loud. So first step, Om, 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 Om. It is not quick, fast and loud, but definitely it is. You don't allow a space between two Om. And that space you look inside your head. Second is whispering. Not very fast. So you pay attention. I inhale into the belly, then into the rib cage. So while inhaling, my lips are open. Exhaling. And now when I'm exhaling from the lips, simply bring both the lips together. Look at it. So now again, you have to inhale the next breath. Be calm. Don't be in a hurry. We are not going anywhere. So don't make a hurry. Again. It is like when you are in love with your honey or with anyone. And honey means many things. So it may be a pet or it may be. And the third one is mental. So in mental, again, you are doing it longer one. But independent of the breath. Breath is flowing naturally. Mental, mind is working on the mind. As if the mind is working on the mind and you are doing the very longer one. Mentally. So here the lips are together. You bypass the body and the breath. You don't need them. The mind is working on the mind inside the forehead. And the fourth one is normal. Om, Om, Om. And the fifth one is doing nothing to see the changes. Let us so. Can we start? Yes, let us start. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And I don't put the practice in a video. It doesn't make any sense. So eyes are closed. eyes are closed. You are aware of the body. My friend, you are aware of the body. Being comfortable is another way to say it. So what we say? You look at the neck joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. So when you experience the sensation, comfortable and steadiness in the neck joint, then ask the mind to see inside. Continue moving inside, not to return out. And if that happens, you are a seeker. Then looking at shoulder joints, feeling the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Hip joint, sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Entire body from all the joints of the body. Now you experience the sensation, comfortable hand steadiness, looking inside the forehead in the space at any point. Pick up any point in the space. And now comes the first step. It is definitely fast, but not very fast. You have a rhythm of it, and every time you are reciting Om, definitely loudly so that you hear it clearly, and even the people around you hear that Om sound clearly, but the mind is focused inside the forehead. Let us start. Om, 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 Om. And again, you can take the breath in between whenever it is required. No thought should be there in between two Om. Om, 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 Om. Continue. Om, 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 Om. Continue. Om, 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 Om. Continue. Rhythmic Om, awareness inside the forehead, and the mind is knowing the meaning of that Om, is all pervading, all knowing, behind the body and the mind. Om, 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 Om. And stop this. Now you take a long, deep, silent breath. First into the belly, then into the rib cage. Lot of tears sometimes comes down, so let it come. You continue doing. Keep your focus deep inside the forehead. So the long, deep, silent, slow breath. And a whispering Om. As if with every Om your mind is absorbed deeper and deeper inside. And whispering in such a manner, you may feel the vibes on your face. Why? That prana is rising up by that whispering Om. When you do it regularly, you may feel that experience. Even I'm doing little louder, so it's a whisper. Mind drops all its reaction. Why? In the first Om, we did 48 or 50 times per minute. And now we are doing hardly 4 to 6 Om per minute. The brain and its habit doesn't stand in between. I can go on talking and talking in a scientific manner. Just do it. Pay attention to the practice. Your awareness still is inside, looking inside the forehead with the meaning all-knowing Om. My real nature, designated the name of a existence. and stop this second step. Please check if you are able to maintain your steadiness in the body. The mind is living within. You are already doing good. And now, without the help of the breath or the body, keeping your focus inside the forehead, we will be doing very long and deep Om, as if the mind is working on the mind. Mentally you are doing mentally. No need of changing the breath. If you feel that there is no need of changing the breath, the breath is totally free from the recitation mentally, and the body is totally free. You have bypassed many of the obstacles in meditation. That is to be understood. Not, I have lot of problem with the body, I cannot practice. That is why we are doing it. Please continue. Beautiful. Mentally Om. So the mind is working on the mind, and you may have an instant vision in the colors there. You may have certain images that may seem to be unrelated. Sometimes there is a release of inbuilt inhibitions from the mind, and that release accompanies tears in our eyes, warmth in the body, sometimes totally freezing of the body. If we are really in the third stage, when you are doing mentally without the help of the breath, you can do as long as possible. And the longer you do it, you will see your mind is getting absorbed deeper inside. See, the right knowledge is required to succeed. You are doing it mentally. Lips are together. You're not making any noise outside. And as if you are hearing the sound, what you are saying in your mind goes a long way. Without the help of the breath, you can extend that recitation of Om very long as a wave. Now the Om does not remain as a particle, as a word. It becomes the wave. Beautiful. Continue. I like it. Continue longer on as possible. And now leave that also. The fourth Om is nothing but dropping Om mentally. But here is a catch. Any other thought comes, you superimpose Om. You have done, those who are regular, they are aware they have done this practice. So I'm adding one more thing. Any other thought comes, let it come, good, bad, high, low. You superimpose. What is the meaning of the superimposing? You're not interested in that thought that come to the mind. But how it happens? I told you I come to your house. You ask me why you have come. I said, Om. From where you have come? Om. What do you want? Om. So your answer is Om to any thought, feeling, image, sensation. That is one part. But if there are variety of experiences that may reveal in the mind, let it come, let them watch, and let them go. You see, you are doing every step with the right knowledge. That brings the result. The Eastern wisdom, that means yoga, tantra, mindfulness, meditation, demands there should be a right knowledge so that there is no projection and perversion during the practice. If the right knowledge is not there, we are bound to fail. Any thought, feeling come? Why? You don't want that. The mind will understand by regular practice. You can go deeper, easily. Continue deeper. The mind realizes that I don't want anything except Om with the meaning. So no thought can stand in between you and Om. That is the key. That is what happens. Continue the journey. Now stop. Mental japa of Om. Do nothing. Remain as it is. Where you are, you know how deep you are. That will help you to understand and experience. Mind is not interested in returning outside. I told you, peacock get a taste of it, it returns again. It says, no way, I don't want to go out. My master used to say, you sit in meditation and then it becomes difficult for you to come out of the meditation. So here the word difficult is not negative. You maintain your awareness. Even if your eyes are open, you know, yes, you are into that state. That is the meaning. So sometimes we take the meaning in a different way. So you are there. But now use your wisdom. If any other thought comes, what should you do? The last one, Om. Om, couple of times you do it and you live into that state. That is all. You know what is happening, how it is happening. You see, your awareness is most important. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences. Bring the hands down, we will share our experiences. I want to know your experiences, then I'll tell you. I played a little bit of trick in this meditation. All the trick is over. How are you, Lara?
I am okay. I actually got really nauseous. in the first part. I almost threw up. And then I can't remember if it was the second or third part. I did feel this opening in my heart. It was like this fluttering, this opening there. So that was interesting. Just a quick, I've been kind of reflecting on our practice from Monday, and I feel like the best way I ever heard it described is from Yogi Bhajan, is that we're dripping in like pure water, and the oil or the gunk within is rising up. And I just feel like there's probably just a lot of gunk rising up.
That becomes the practice of Tantra. So, yeah, here we are focusing on what Om means. All pervading, all knowing, in the field of awareness. So, we are not using any imagination or visualization. Just the reverse.
I'm just trying to make sense of it, like what's happening within me. Because I was super angry for 2 days. Like super angry, and it was like coming out all kind of crazy. And so I was like, I need to like, what does this mean?
It simply means if you deepen the practice, what trick I played? Instead of 5 minutes each step, we did 7.5 minutes each step. Think of it that if you do it for 9 minutes, how much garbage will be released. So normally what happens when we do this practice at the intensive level, it should be done more than 9 minutes each step, so that the teacher face to face is watching, is observing and helping you individually. So just see that. You are so sensitive, even in 7 minutes, this thing happens. How are you, Stephen and Sam?
You want to go first?
You it was good. For me, I was very focused here, and I picked a spot and made sure I stayed with it. I'm not sure of which stages they took place, but I do recall a lot of dark and light expanding. And what's interesting, it started from an inner to an outer, and then the last part of the practice, it started going from outer to inner.
Outer to inner.
And then just a settling down, and at the very end, I had this vibration. Laura said the fluttering within my chest, around my head, my face, and all that.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful experience. It is all regular practice, consistent practice with wisdom brings the result. How are you, Sam?
I'm good as well. I like the first Om that we did. I was focused on the hearing, the speaking, and the feeling right here. And then for the rest of the practice, everything was just right here and very expansive, and I felt settled, and it was great.
Yeah, it's a deeper practice. Lara, we are going to understand next time what are the 9 obstacles. So we should not start thinking, but we should pay attention to every obstacle that becomes a great hindrance in the success in meditation. So that
is the nauseousness normal?
Is normal.
Okay.
But it is one of the obstacles. So that is why I just wanted to be clear to you. There are 9 obstacles, 4 symptoms. And you'll be surprised with the wisdom of the Patanjali. Now we understand what are those challenges that we face, but when we understand Patanjali, who has written almost 3,000 years ago, oh, this is what happens during the meditation. It means I should continue. Normally what happens? Oh, I don't like this, so I will not do it. So you are not a seeker. Someone is looking, Brandy. So I will take Barbara. Welcome, Barbara from New Jersey. And she has been supporting me in my difficult times. Thank you, Barbara, joining me. How are you? And now you have to unmute it. Do you know how to unmute? That, yes, then only you can talk. I know Barbara is not used to computer. That red icon, you have to press that red sound icon so that you can. Anyhow, we will learn. Yes, you got it. Yes.
I got it. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, I'm very happy to be doing this again, and I realized, because I have not done the practice for several years, how much I missed, and it just made me feel wonderful and very calm and very relaxed.
Very relaxed. That's wonderful.
And I'm happy to be back.
Happy to be back. Thank you. How are you, David and Jerry? Your mind did not, but internet connection did. Couple of times.
It was very, very good. I'm enjoying this practice. I did struggle a little bit at the beginning with my breath in sync with the Om, and then once I just realized, just focus on the Om, I didn't even think about my breath again. And then it was vibrational and white light everywhere until the battery on our computer died.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. You see, again, I'm relating with the Lara. I realized in the beginning, first there was a difficulty saying with the breath, but then I focused on the Om. Forget about the breath. Just focus on the Om. And then it happens on its own. It happens on its own. You see that I just gave, I think perhaps I talked about it. Particle Om has become a wave. It simply changes your mind instantly. How are you, Jerry?
I'm doing well, sir. It was really great practice. The first Om, I focused on the sound of the Om and the meaning, knowing the meaning of Om. And then the second one was a lot of light, darkness to light, just constant. And then the third Om was a great expansion because there was this long, endless Om. And that Om I didn't want to leave. When you brought us to the fourth Om, I really wanted to stay in that third Om.
That's a beautiful. You see that, think of it, contemplate. What to think and contemplate? That if I am saying a word without the help of my lips and the tongue at a physical level, and also without the help of the breath, just think of it. Saying, how can I say this? So it means the mind is working on the mind. And when the mind is working on the mind, it expands easily. Then again, all the feeling of that nausea and the obstacles drops down. This, I told you that Nada meditation is a very, again, another independent path. Nada. We have more than 15 texts on Nada, on the no meditation. That we will see that if we can take up somewhere. So, how are you, Christina?
I'm very grateful to take it a step further in this practice. Today was really, really great. I was nervous at first because I felt the same, that I was focusing too much on I felt like I was like, oh crap, I'm not going to be able to get into this. Sure, I was wrong. Once we dropped from the second, very end of the second into the third, it was like open ceiling. Like I felt like I was almost seeing white, and all of a sudden it was like an open ceiling, like was opened, and it was just like a flood of white light. Beautiful. And it was very, very warming. And I know I've talked in the past of anxieties and stuff, but I don't like saying that anymore. But I have not felt, it's going to make me emotional. In that third state, once we dropped there, I have never felt free of all my chest emotions, and I felt that. So I wanted to stay in that third that was just wonderful. And I'm going to remember I was really there, and I felt I felt like I was like swimming. I don't know if I was moving.
Yeah, no, you were not moving.
Wonderful. So yeah.
Very good. Christina, you are undergoing a change. Be consistent, be regular until you throw out all your challenges that pops up in the mind. So that is what we are going to discuss in detail in the next couple of sessions. What are the 9 obstacles? How they prevent us, block us to succeed in living a life of peace and happiness. And also the meditation. Wonderful. How are you, John?
Okay. I during the first Om, I was preoccupied with managing my breath, and then the whispering Om, I was able to feel a vibration in the whole body, so that was good. I was able to, feel a body vibrating, and then the mental Om, I was too attached to. I couldn't unlock that from the breath.
Yes. I see that.
Yeah. So I was kind of stuck in the breath there. Yeah.
Yes. So when I'm not able to unlock what it means. The mind is very much attached to that breath. It has become too much habitual, mechanical, until I break that relationship. Now see what happens. You are in love with somebody, you forget about body, you forget about breath, you continue, you speak continuously for hours together without getting tired. I'm giving real life examples. Your emotion has turned inside, or your emotion has turned to someone else you love, you adore, you respect. That is where the master in a disciple tradition comes also. You see that? Oh, your mind, say, who cares about the breath? Let me see. Let me do it. That habit breaks down. So it happens by regular practice. How are you, Ashok? You are... Sometimes it is better to study the lips to know what he is saying. You have to unmute it first.
Oh, God. Sorry. Feeling nice, sir, feeling good. And then...
Don't worry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I will explain through the physics also. You see that now I have to stress on the third Om. Mentally you are doing it. Mentally, without moving the lips and the tongue. And you hear the sound like... So if we explain based on the Eastern wisdom, what happens? You lose being the doer. Now you are no longer a doer. John, you got it? Yes, when you are no longer a doer, who cares about how the breath is moving, how the body is? So that is the total withdrawal of the mind. What Patanjali says? He says, inward moving mind. There are two words used by the Patanjali, pratyak chetana. There are many meanings. Paranga chetana. So now it is an inward moving house. You are deep inside your house. What is happening outside to the body, breath? You don't care. So by regular practice, we can reach there. Now tell me if you have any question. So Jerry and I've already introduced David and Jerry, Barbara. So that is all for today. If any question, you can ask me. No question. Continue doing this practice. I'll be sending you this file. So you listen to it a couple of